Welcome to the Games Freezer.
Hello, it's Richard, it's Games Freezer. It's a 10-minute taster for a game that I think you pronounce Sine Mora X. Okay, so what is it? Well, it's a shoot 'em up, side scrolling, and it's an absolute beautiful looking game. I was going to cut out some of this intro and the tutorial, but I thought, you know what, it is worth seeing.
When you're born with the ability to travel through
So this
time,
is a
the first thing
bit
you
of a
must learn is
prelude.
that you cannot be in more than one place at the same point in
So
time.
the game, it kind of
Special though you may
looks
be
to
or not,
play around with like a
you must give due
slowing down of
consideration
time mechanic,
not only to
which is
when
pretty
and where
interesting.
You do things, but also what you do while there.
So this is a kind of
The second
introduction
thing
to
to bear in mind is that your gift,
maybe
like
using that power
is meaningless
cleverly.
without power. Yet all power on Seoul lies in the hands of the
So the
Lay.
Lael Empire is, I'm assuming, who we're
The
battling
Yankees have
against.
disregarded both principles. They labeled their rebellion an eternal war, though the resistance certainly failed to live up to that title. It all ended with
So
the
this
fall of their
tutorial
ally.
is like a set prior to the main events of the game when you actually get into the actual game. But the first thing that struck me when this sort of played in was how good this game looks. And this is on PS4,
1200.
so you'd
4,
kind of expect it to look nice
76,
anyway, but it
12.
just,
Beginning
it's
descent
got a bit of
incoming.
character about it. It feels kind of steampunky, kind of,
Cobalt King calling
but
headquarters.
19 sort of
1200.
40s World War
4,
II style.
76.
It's a bit, there's a
12.
lot of
Beginning
things
descent
going on with
incoming.
the style that I like.
Copy
Kind
that,
of floating
1200.
city
4,
kind of looking
76. 12. Cobalt King.
aesthetic to it,
Navigation
really
says
nice.
We're on target above the city.
Although I ain't got a clue what they're chatting
3,
about
2,
on the
1,
radios.
and it's a go.
There's a load of numbers. Okay, so yeah, so pretty standard moving with the left analog stick, or you can use a D-pad.
22. Hit him hard.
You've got a primary fire button, which is your X button. Gives you like a little machine gun type attack. So pretty standard. These little ships don't take much to blow up. I'm not sure that you can actually be dealt any damage on this
Cobalt
tutorial,
King to the
to be
pack.
fair.
Two
It's just taking you
Marensteins
through
at
it
55. I'd rather not have to face
kind
them
of passively.
one-on-one. Copy that,
But
Cobalt
all the
King.
planes and
20
all
and
the
22. There are two Marensteins at
airships
55. No,
look great.
54.
That is the first thing that struck me, and control-wise, it's yeah, it feels good. So this sub-weapon, which is your kind of power weapon, it's fired using O. What I'm using there is Seeker missiles. They seem pretty cool. I'll have to finish him off with a bit of machine gun. It's gonna be close. He's a gun up.
That'll do it.
Oh, he's still rocking around in the air, isn't he, to be fair?
Bellwether, 22 reported. 21 and 9 have got my
Oh.
back. With this speed, we'll smash against the creek wall. I'll isolate the time capsule.
Took a pasting.
Domion. Damn it. Bellwether.
Oh, Domion's
run it
gone.
down.
He's a ball of flames. And we'll go with a novice route for novice pilots, because
Affirmative,
I'm not
22.
very good at
Time
side-scrolling
capsule
shoot 'em ups.
Let's go.
So let's give it a go. Right. So this time capsule looks to slow things down, allows you to maneuver through any bullet hell situations that you get into. I'm using it now. Plot a path. Whoop. That's it. That's the one. Through there. Come on. Incoming! Woo there, pint size. Oh, took a paste in there, didn't I, really? I'm not too sure how I blew that up. I don't think there's any way to lose that. Did take a bit of a beating, to be fair, without dealing out much of a beating. So now we were introduced to the actual floating power-ups. Pretty standard stuff, really. I should have allowed that to scroll on so you could see what the hell it was. Score bonus, sub-weapon replenish, capsule replenish, shield, time, firepower. So you upgrade your primary weapon with those tokens, but if you get hit, those tokens go everywhere on the screen. You get a bit of time to collect them again, otherwise you lose them. So again, kind of pretty standard stuff, but it's well implemented system, and I like the way it works. I think it's pretty cool. Love the look of these ships though. These aircraft are absolutely brilliant.
Much obliged, Bellwether.
Like I say, that mix between 1940s kind of steampunk as well in there.
In position.
Plenty of nozzles and all sorts going on. Oh, and there we go. So this is the bombs that were dropped, and this is kind of the prelude to the situation you find yourself in now. Just kind of brings home that kind of nuclear destruction feel that they're going for. Our oblivion that's been unleashed.
The fourth Unity. 3 bombs killed 664,000 Inkies.
That's a lot of Inkies.
To the elated cries of nearly 2 billion citizens.
And that's a lot of citizens.
But this is also where I lost.
So this is the
son.
plot.
He was the pilot of the Cobalt King, the bomber that carried the fourth
So this
bomb.
Ronotra Koss
He did
is the main character.
Unprecedented in the history of
And
military
he's looking for
aviation.
revenge, basically.
He ignored his orders. According to the news, the co-pilot buried a bullet in my son's brain that very instant.
Nice.
An imperial father would have been shattered to hear of this treason and struck dumb with shame. Me, I'm just a collaborationist.
Oh yeah.
A secondary citizen who resembles an imperial father only in grief.
That's right, brother.
I have not torn my clothes.
Hell no.
morning and morning. I have not apologized
Hell
for the
no.
actions of my progeny.
I have sworn revenge. And this is it. Right, so that's the prelude, that's the tutorial. Pretty standard stuff. We entered chapter 1. And again, we are greeted with some good voice acting. I like this. I think it gives you a good intro into why you're fighting, why you're blowing everything up. Like it. It's a good way of doing it.
Headhunters dragged them away, women, men, and children alike. The way we figure it, data in the Monito research base might point us to their location and how we may be able to help them. We shall take every measure, no matter how few our numbers.
That's right, sister. Right, let's get down to it then. Stage 1A. Again, look at that. Lovely looking aircraft. I love the sort of 2 propellers.
Good luck, Akita.
Well, if that was the case, wouldn't it kind of just be going stand exactly where it was, cancelling each other out? So that kind of little pop-up of the pilots obviously reminds me immediately of Star Fox. I missed out on 2 power-ups there. Silly Billy. Right, it takes me a while to get my flow in these games, as with every game I ever play. Come on, there we go. So look, lovely backgrounds, really nice worlds to sort of travel through. And I like the way the camera kind of pans around, makes you feel like you're not just going from left to right, you're sort of traversing round things. That's what it feels like. Oh, it didn't take me long to die, did it? Haha. Right, come on, better this time. Gotta be better. Come on. Get your eye in, pilot. Pick up them power-ups as well, that's key. Right. Here we go. Come on. You can do this. See, obviously those power-ups just make it that much easier to clear the screen. I mean, these enemies aren't really posing too much of a problem when I hang my head in shame for not being able to clear them straight away. The ones you've got to look out for are the kind of background guns, background mounted guns on the side of these mountains, because they'll pick you off without you realising it. Whoa there. Nice. That's a gun. Gun and a half.
Driad, hold on.
Look, as you
I
go
think it sounds
around
strange.
this.
I'll make a lap around the observation tower.
That's nice. Very cool.
Nothing. Sorry for the false alarm.
Again, Star Fox inspired. Oh, here we go. I don't know if you saw the tentacles of this Sentinel Hexapus Colobok as it went round. But yeah, for those keen eyes, you would have seen it. Now, I'm assuming that I've got to hit the eye, yeah. Ooh, get rid of this. Whee. Don't like it up him. Again, look at the detail on that enemy boss. That is brilliant. That skull with the flames coming out of it. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's obviously a love letter to all the bullet hell games of the 90s. Ooh, your Axelays, your Xenon Blasts. Xenon Mega Blast, wasn't it, in the Mega Drive? Obviously a bit of R-Type thrown in there for good measure. Some Star Fox. Very cool. Even 1942. Obviously different orientation. Being a side scroller rather than a vertical one, but yeah. All great influences. Now this is going to concentrate more on ground troops. You've got the tanks along the base. Again, lovely looking tanks. Lovely looking rocks. Oh yes, I love those rocks. Oh.
God, fucking
Oh, tentacle prick his back. And goddammit, fuck. Is what Mr. Star Fox wannabe is telling me. Yeah, die, you son of an ass. You're not a son of a bitch, you're a son of an ass. Oh, Akita. Let's get them tentacles basically. I'm going to be getting them power-ups back in. Oh, go on, yes. Firepower is back in the house. Kill, kill. Ooh, bloody hell. I think he's a goner. Time mass stabilized. I'm not even sure what that means, time mass stabilized, but it's pretty cool. Right, we're underwater now. Stage 2B.
Mines.
I hope you die in there, Coss.
That's the spirit, love. Teamwork makes the dream work. Right, I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. I'm kind of bashing my way through. It's a bit murky to see what you're doing, to be fair. I'm assuming that I should be using the slowdown function, but I think if I try and batter my way through, they're kind of heat seeking, so you can drag them around a bit and then manipulate them to get them in front of you or to hit rocks. Right, okay. Look at that. Love that. It's the way that camera angling works is brilliant. I think I'm in love with this game. I don't normally like shoot 'em ups this much, but story and the way it's presented is really making me want to play more of it. I think I'm going to be enjoying this for weeks to come. I've got a long list of games to be playing, but this has got... Oh, careful of the rocks. This has got to be up there on my definite to-do list. So I'll leave you with me taking a few bullets underwater. This is Richard, this is Games Freezer, this is Sine Mora X. I'll see you on the flip side, my underwater buddies. Bye-bye.
www.gamesfreezer.eu